afternoon. How's it going? I hope you're having a great day. And this is my TED Talk. So,
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. How is it? I hope you are having a great day and see in my TED Talk.
I was born and raised in Nghệ An, a province in the central Vietnam. And when talking about central Vietnam, my hometown, we have a very popular phrase, which is miền Trung bão lũ, which is
So, I was born and raised in Nghệ An province in the central Vietnam. And when talking about central Vietnam, my hometown, we have a very popular phrase which is miền Trung bão lũ,
translated as the central Vietnam's floods and storms.
which is translated as the central Vietnam floods and storms.
Growing up in the central Vietnam, I have seen and experienced many storm seasons, widespread floodings, landslides, prolonged heavy rains.
Growing up in the central Vietnam, I have seen and experienced many storm seasons, widespread flooding, landslides.
And it seems like they are becoming a part of my life. People in the central Vietnam have lived through so many storm seasons.
It seems like they are becoming a part of my life. People in the center of Vietnam have lived through so many storm seasons.
But the last one in 2020 was the worst in our lifetimes. In 1 month,
But the last one in 2020 was the worst in our lifetime in 1 month.
2 weeks, 2 days, the central Vietnam was hit by 13 consecutive tropical storms.
2 weeks, 2 days, the central Vietnam was hit by 13 consecutive tropical storms,
And affecting millions of people. And this is a real footage of my grandma. And my uncle had to help my grandma to
So I expect millions and of millions of people, and this is a real frustrating of grandmother.
evacuate to a safer place. And looking at this is just really breaking my heart. And I know that if you're coming from the center of Vietnam, you know this so well.
And this is a real frustrating of my grandfather, mother, and my uncle has my grandmother. And looking at this is just breaking my heart.
So there has been a lot of debates and concerns over to what extent climate change, which is induced by human, has a hand in causing this disaster, affecting millions of people every.
If you are coming the center of Vietnam, you know this so well. There has been a lot of debates and concern over to what extent climate change will be induced by humans.
Single year. We have yet to have the final conclusion. But while it may be possible that the climate change can be attributable to a small part of this disaster, that
we have just to find a conclusion, but why it may be possible that the climate change can be
a little small part can become a really big part in pushing our community beyond our capacity to deal with all the damage like this.
Can be attributed to small part of this disaster that little small but can become a really big part.
I am a coffee lover. I love drinking coffee, I love drinking tea, and I often post videos of me drinking a lot.
I swear I am a coffee lover. I love drinking coffee. I love drinking tea. and I often spot videos of me drinking a lot of different kinds.
Of different kinds of coffee and tea on my social media. And one day when I posted, some of my followers texted me on
Coffee on my social media, and one day when I spot some of my bloggers status.
Instagram and they told me like, "Hey V, why are you drinking so much coffee? Why are you using so much plastic? I'm so disappointed at you. I'm gonna unfollow you." And I was like,
And Instagram, and they told me like, hey, why are you drinking so much coffee? Why are you using so much plastic? And disappointed as a runner I follow you.
"Hey, it's not that deep. It's not that serious. Are you nitpicking me? I think I'm a good
It's not that deep, it's not that serious. Are you picking me? I think
consumer. Like I contribute to the economy a lot." But
I'm good consumer. Like I contribute to the economy a lot of.
it took me quite a while to realize that I was the one who is inconsiderate.
But it took me quite a while to realize that I was the one who is inconsiderate.
I was the one, like knowledge of this, and I was wrong.
I was the one, like education, like knowledge, us like this.
Yes, I was really, really wrong. But until
Yes, I was really, really wrong. But until
last year, and I know that apparently I have a hand in causing this damage to the
but until last year, and I know that appearance causing environment is really hard to fight the trust.
environment. It's really hard to face the truth. But what is harder is to change.
It's really hard to fight the truth, but what is harder is to change.
It's really hard for me because I know so well that I'm not good at like giving up my old habits, my convenience, for the sustainability. I tried a lot of times.
What is harder to change? Harder for me because I know so well that I'm not good at like living up my whole habit, and my companion
Times and I failed. And in this day and age, the environment has never been more talked about. We are constantly
and I have never been small talk about. We are constantly
listening to protecting the environment, going green,
listening to protecting the environment, growing green.
not to do this, not to do that. I tried and I failed many times. Until last year,
Not to do this, not to do that. I try and I failed many times.
the unforgettable year 2020 of the Central Vietnam.
Until last year, the unforgettable year 2020 of Central Vietnam.
I was in Hanoi, constantly reading news, watching news
I was in Hanoi, constantly reading news, watching news about
my hometown, worrying. And I talked to my grandma on the phone, and she told me something like in Vietnamese.
About my hometown, worrying, and I talked to my grandma on the phone, and she told me something like it's Vietnamese.
Bà 90 tuổi rồi mà chưa bao giờ bà thấy trời khóc nhiều đến thế. Which is translated as I have been living, I am living
We is trend like this. I have been living and I am living
in this life for 90 years, but I have
in this life for 90 years.
never ever seen the earth crying so much. Really, really so much. And it's just, I just burst
But never never seen the air rising so much, really so much, and it's just
into tears because I know that she was alone, and that was the moment when I realized why.
I just burst into tears because I know that she was.
The exact reason why I find it so hard to change. It's so hard for me to change for the environment. It is because
That's were the moments when I realized why the stress reason why I find it so hard to change.
I have never seen the earth as the way my grandmother see it.
It's because I have never seen the earth as the way when my grandmother sees.
So I have always seen the earth as a thing, as a non-human being.
So, if you know, I have always seen the earth as a thing, it's non-human being.
Thing. So when we use a pen and like the pen is not working and you're like, okay, I'm gonna
So you know when we use a brand, like the brand is not working and you are like, okay.
throw it away, bye bye, I'm gonna buy another one.
And Ronald Rose is on way, bye bye, and Ronald by another.
For people, I just cannot throw you away. I just cannot hit you. I just cannot hurt you physically.
But for people, I just cannot throw you away. I just cannot hit you. I just cannot hurt you.
Or emotionally. I don't want to do that, and I cannot do that.
Or emotionally, I don't want to do that, and I cannot do that.
It all comes down to human emotions. How
It all comes down to human emotion.
about looking at the earth as if it were a person in a relationship with every single one?
How about looking at the earth as if it were a person in a relationship with every single?
How about putting some emotions in the perspective that we see the earth?
How about putting some emotion in the perspective that we see the earth?
As my grandma does. So yes, I did that, and I think it's so wonderful to see. Oh my!
Dear as my grandmother. So yes, I did that, and I think it's so wonderful to see all my rod display.
My God, the slides. Yes. How about calling the earth Mother Earth with all the respect that we have?
How about calling the earth Mother Earth with all the respect?
Known. So, have you ever feel like it's so wonderful, it's so beautiful to look at the earth that way, to see the earth is actually a human being?
So, have you ever feel like it's so wonderful or so beautiful to look the earth that way to see?
And whenever you walk on the earth, on the land, you're actually kissing.
And whenever you was on the earth, on the earth, on the land, actually kissing
The skin. We can imagine like the earth, the land is her
the skin. We can imagine like the earth, the land.
skin. The oceans is her blood. The rocks is her bone. And
the ocean is her blood, the rock is her bone, and
we, the children, are the children of her that she holds so dearly. And I feel like whenever
and we were the children and the children of her. That's so really, and I feel like whenever
we walk on the earth and we feel like, oh, we are kissing.
you were on the earth, and we feel like we are kissing
her skin. And Whenever we go inside the forest, we go freely the trees, we always have a sense of discovery and the inner.
When each bird we roll inside the forest, we release the stress we always have a sense of discover.
Peace deep inside us. What is the reason? The reason is that the forest is our heart. And like
Sense of discover and the inner phrase deep inside us. What is the reason? The reason is that the forest is her.
she's hugging all of us with her embrace very dearly. And her heart is really big and we're very small. So that is why
It does forest is her and like she hurry out of the earth with her embrace very dearly and her heart is really big. We are very small. Why we feel so rotate.
feel so protected. And when the night falls in, and you will see that the earth is slowly going to sleep, which makes us, her children, do the same. We go to sleep. And when the sun rises,
And when it falls ends, you will see that the earth is slowly going to sleep, which makes her children do the same.
you see the sun gives all the warmth and the strength to all the living creatures, including us. And
We roll to sleep, and when the sun rises, you see the sun rays on the world.
the sun placed on our skin is just feel like a morning kiss from the Mother Earth. So it's obvious that we humans are
You see the sun rays on the world and the change to on the living creature, in blue earth and the sun blaze 1 hour blaze morning.
part of nature. We are not apart from nature. This is the magical connection of Earth. We, human beings and Earth, we are all interconnected. We are one.
So obvious that we humans are a part of nature. We are not a part of that. From nature, this is a miracle connect of earth.
One in great unity. And I have to say thank you, Grandma, for this. Grandma, if you're watching this,
We as on enriched into I have say thank you, great mother, for this grandmother. If you are watching this, I love you.
I love you. I thank you so much.
I love you. I thank you so much.
And unfortunately, when we see the earth as just an environment, when we don't see the earth that way with a lot of emotions, we are becoming more unconscious of our.
Unfortunately, when we see the earth as just an environment, when we don't see the earth that way with a lot of emotion.
Behaviors, about thinking. Yes, mother. So about the mother. Mother is someone who gives us life. Mother is someone, nurtures us, raises us. And it's just like the earth, Mother Earth. Mother Earth is also gave life to us, nurtures us, providing us.
We are becoming small, unconscious of behavior while thinking. Yes, mother. So about the mother is someone who will display. Mother is someone you know, nature, us right.
Everything we need to survive, answering all of our needs so that we can develop and live happily. But when we can't see,
And we need to survive answering all of our needs so that we can develop happiness. But when we feel like we are the children,
that way sometimes we feel like we are the children. We are a little needy and greedy sometimes, and we are becoming more unconscious of our behaviors and of our thinking.
and we are becoming more unconscious about behavior and about thinking.
Exploit her, we damage her, and it make her compromise both her beauty and both her health. And
We explore her, we damage her and make her compromise about her beauty.
what is she doing? What does she do? She is just there. The Mother Earth is just there. And
Spot her health and what she doing, what she do, and just here.
look back and looking more deeply, we can think how powerful she is when she has so much
Looks back and looking more deeply, we can think how powerful she is when she has so much
endurance, energy, tolerance to accept and transform all the damage that we have made to her
to accept and transform all the damage that we have made to her, even though
it took her hundreds of millions of years, of so many years.
it took her hundreds of millions of years, also so many years.
Oh, this is my favorite quote from Thầy Thích Nhất Hạnh. Walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. It is
All this is my favorite word from technical word as if you are kissing the earth with your feet.
obvious that all of us are humans and no one want to hurt.
It's obvious that all of us are human and no one wants to hurt our mother.
Our mother. And when we see that way, we don't want to hurt the earth either. So how? The answer is how we can do that. I think there are a lot of ways, but one of the ways is to think before you do anything.
And when we see that we could don't want to hurt the earth either, so how the answer is how we can do that.
For instance, I'm next to you, and if like I hit you, I would feel like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna do that the next time. It's just can't apply to the earth, and it's also.
And I think there are a lot of ways, but one of the ways is also to think about things before you do anything. For instance,
About being more conscious of our carbon footprint.
and it's like hits you, I would feel like you might not so sorry. I'm not runner the next time. It just can apply to the earth, and it's also about being more conscious.
So first of all, reuse, recycle, everything to like.
So far, us on refill, recycle, everything to like
Make sure that you cut down a little bit on what you throw away.
Cut down a little bit on what you throw away.
Or even shop wisely. Use usable shopping bag whenever you go shopping.
Throw waste or even shop rallies. You know unsupport shopping and buy less plastic. A very small little
And buy less plastic. A very small little step like that. Or you can plant more trees. Be more closer to the nature.
and or you can plant small trees, be more closer to the nature to appreciate how beautiful the earth.
To appreciate how beautiful the earth is. Or you can also, educate yourself and educate others. And I have been so thankful to those friends who have texted me via Instagram and,
Or you can also, education yourself and education other. And I have been so thankful to friends
picking out my flaws and reminding me of how dangerous it is to use plastic while I drink.
who have test me Instagram. You now speaking out my loud and reminding me of how dangerous it is to use plastic while I drink.
Coffee. And if you're watching this, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
And my copy, and if you are watching this time, thank you so much from the bottom.
I think that all small little steps can add up a difference. The thing
I think that a small little step can add up different.
here Is that the question we pose, have we ever heard our mother?
That's the question we spoke we have is for her, our mother.
Yes. Have we ever helped our mother? Yes. But are we
Yes. Have we ever had our mother? Yes.
perfect? I think we don't need perfection, and we're not perfect.
Are we perfect? I think we don't need perfection. And we are not perfect. What we need?
What we need is millions of people to do this together in an imperfect way. Because
Millions of people to do this together in an imperfect way.
those small little things can add up to big difference in the future.
Because those small little things can add up to big difference in the future.
And at the end of the day, I am Earth, you are Earth, we are Earth. No self
And at the end of the day, I am Earth, you are Earth, we are Earth.
separation, we are in one great, unity. And each step we walk on this earth mindfully brings us.
And we are no separation, we are in on risk, you know, unity. And each step we walk on the
Gratitude to life. So, Mother Earth, thank you so much for this life. Thank you so much for giving life to me and to all the humanity. You
bring us gratitude to life, so Mother Earth. Thank you so much for this life. Thank you so much for giving life to me and to all the humanity.
are the mother of humanity. You are the mother of life. And we feel so sorry and we feel so thankful at the same time.
You are the mother of life, and we feel so sorry and we feel so thankful at the same time.
And we know that we are in this fight together.
And we know that we are in this fight together.
Because we know that you're so worth fighting for. I do hope you have a great day today. Thank you.
Because we know that you are so fighting for. I do hope you have a rich day today. Thank you.